If you enjoy the content on this channel, please like and subscribe. Footballers' Wives is a British television drama about a fictional Premier League football club, Earls Park F.C, its players and their wives, broadcast on ITV from 2002 to 2006. The show initially focused on 3 different couples, but from the 3rd series onward revolves around a complicated love triangle between Tanya, played by Zöe Lucker, Amber Gates, played by Laila Rouass, and Conrad Gates, played by Ben Price. The show had earned a cult following since its cancellation and launched on BritBox in 2021 and ITVX in 2023. The show is centred on the fictional Earls Park Football Club, nicknamed Sparks. The series, based on the book Footballers' Wives Tell Their Tales by Shelley Webb, wife of British footballer Neil Webb, was produced by Liz Lake, Claire Phillips and Cameron Roach, with Brian Park as an executive producer. The show began as an ensemble of 3 different football couples, but from the 3rd series the show largely revolved around the character of Tanya Turner. Zöe Lucker, who played the character, left the series halfway through season 4 and returned midway through the next season, by which time the series ratings had fallen significantly. Footballers' Wives was then cancelled in 2006. The part of Tanya Turner was originally named Tansy in the earlier series. Earls Park Football Club home games were played at the real-life Selhurst Park, which is the home of Crystal Palace Football Club. From Series 3 onward, stadium scenes were filmed at the original White Hart Lane, former, now demolished, home of Tottenham Hotspur. Between the 3rd and 4th series of Footballers' Wives, Zöe Lucker's character, Tanya Turner, crossed over to Shed Media's highest-rated series, Bad Girls, for 3 episodes of the programme's 6th series. In Bad Girls, which centres on a woman's prison, Tanya is convicted for drug possession and sent to jail for 6 months. After stirring up mischief in the prison and even being arrested for poisoning inmates, Tanya is eventually released when the series of events leads to the wing governor coercing a criminal to confess to planting drugs on her. There was also Footballers' Wives TV, a spin-off mockumentary comedy series that was broadcast to tie in with the original broadcast of the 4th series of Footballers' Wives. Another spin-off series included Footballers' Wives Extra Time, which premiered on ITV2 on the 26th of May 2005, after Series 4 of Footballers' Wives. Several characters from the original programme appeared. It was shown in the United States as Footballers' Wives Overtime. In 2005, RTL in Germany adapted the programme. The original scripts were rewritten to appeal to German audience, but the show was cancelled after only 4 episodes. Italy also had its own version, also cancelled after 4 episodes. In the US, the show was called Football Wives, and the focus on American football team was developed for ABC in 2007. The pilot episode was written by Marco Panetti and directed by Bryan Singer, and starred Lucy Lawless, Eddie Caribbean as Tanya and Jason Austin, James Van Der Beek, Gabriel Union and Ving Rhymes. Football Wives was not picked up for a series in the fall of 2007, but The Hollywood Reporter later reported that the production company ABC Studios had extended its options on the show's cast, and that the NBC and Fox, even the CW, were interested in the series. In Canada, CBS Television created a show, but this time centering around ice hockey rather than adapting Footballers' Wives. And in South Africa, KykNet, an Afrikaans channel, launched Getroud met Rugby, or Married to Rugby, an Afrikaans series in 2009, which became a nightly soap opera before being cancelled in 2022. In addition to being influenced by Footballers' Wives, it was also inspired by Friday Night Lights. On Saturday the 15th of July 2006 in the United Kingdom, the BBC made a spoof mini-episode entitled The Last Ever Footballers' Wives that was broadcast as part of Sports Relief live telethon. The 6-minute episode featured 4 cast members from the last season, playing their respective roles, with the Sport Relief host Graham Norton playing a new Sparks captain, Brendan Spunk. The Guardian described the show upon its 20th anniversary. The show is now regarded as something of a kitsch cult classic, regularly appearing in meme form on social media. A musical is also in works based upon the show. Now, Footballers' Wives was known for its over-the-top and melodramatic plot lines filled with scandals, betrayals and intrigue. The characters in the show were always exaggerated and larger than life, embodying various stereotypes associated with football culture of the time, and in fact even today. While some of the characters were rather well developed and complex, others leaned towards more the caricature, adding to the show's sort of more soap operatic style. Look, the series boasted high production values with stylish sets and costumes that captured the opulence associated with the footballer's lifestyle. The visuals contribute to the show's glossy and glamorous presentation very well. Look, I remember the show being sort of celebrated for its satirical approach to the celebrity culture surrounding football. It exaggerated the excesses of fame, wealth and scandal, creating a world that is both entertaining and a commentary on the pitfalls of celebrity life. The show is really done in a tongue-in-cheek sort of style. One thing you quickly realize when doing research about this series was that it really had a dedicated fan base. It also, though, faced criticism for its sometimes over-the-top and sensationalized storytelling. I found the plotlines to be terribly unrealistic, even by the standards of a soap opera, and some of the character arcs were just far too extreme for my liking. Footballers' Wives really had an impact on the popular culture during its run. It became sort of a cultural phenomena and garnered a very loyal fan base. The series maybe can be remembered for its bold and audacious storytelling, making it a memorable entry in the realm of British television, particularly in the mid-2000s, but I don't particularly look back on it fondly. It was a show of its time, fun, ludicrous, and just frankly, over the top, and I really don't believe it's aged very well. In saying that, though, the show's legacy seems to endure. It is often cited as the quintessential example of British soap opera with a sort of unique twist, and it paved the way for other television dramas that explored the glitzy and scandalous aspects of celebrity lifestyles. At the end of the day, there is a market for this type of entertainment. Look, to say Footballers' Wives was a polarizing series that combined soap opera drama with a satirical take on the world of professional football would be an understatement. Look, I can see why some would appreciate its audacity and the entertainment value that it tried to find. But for me, it just lacked a lot of realism. If you enjoy over-the-top drama and satire, then this is maybe a show that you might enjoy. But for me, it's a show that I look back on and almost feel somewhat embarrassed that I was taken in so much by it in the mid-2000s. But in saying that, though, I suppose these types of shows are a sort of guilty pleasure. You don't watch it to be intellectually stimulated. Although I do feel it's a show that probably should be best left in the mid-2000s. Footballers' Wives gets a 5 out of 10.